Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UHDking, or I play 4K, AK, I play 8K, AK, I play 16K, the boss over artistic bytes, and today I'm going to demonstrate step-by-step tutorial how to create a photorealistic 3D animated flag in Autodesk 3ds Max application of any versions. It's going to be photorealistic step-by-step tutorial. You're gonna learn how to animate the cloth in 3ds Max, how to use the forces such as gravity and wind. Okay, so it's going to be a great tutorial, and I'm going to explain step by step with every single step, and I'm assuming that you're ultimate beginner. And the good thing is that it's going to work in any version of 3ds Max. I'm going to use the core features of the 3ds Max since 3ds Max 5 all the way back in 2004, and it's going to work in 3ds Max 2024, 3ds Max 2025, 3ds Max 2026 without any issue. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going. So this is type of flag that we're going to create. It's going to be just a single frame or multiple frames, so you not only can do the single image render, but you also can do render the whole video that you can put an image photo stock for sale or integrate with your other projects, with other videos, which is very awesome and cool, or with other Photoshop projects. Okay, so this is the flag that you're gonna learn. This is United States flag. I'm also gonna do the Ukrainian flag, and look, photorealism is just unbelievable. So this is exactly what we're gonna learn. And as again, this is just couple samples, and samples will be unlimited. You will be able to choose like from over 1000 samples if you're trying to sell a beautiful and different angles, over unlimited angles and unlimited samples. This is what I would say. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going. Go ahead and open your Autodesk 3ds Max. Today I'm going to use the 3ds Max 2010 64-bit under Windows 10 64-bit. I purchased this license over $100 from the graphics design company that went bankruptcy back in 2012. 3ds Max 2010 will be 2010 version. Okay, but as again, the methods and techniques that I'm going to share with you will work with 3ds Max 2020, 3ds Max 2022, 3ds Max 2024, 2025, 2026 without any issues. It's going to be as good as gold. Okay, so go ahead and click and create a new file, reset everything. Okay, so a flag is pretty much the pole and the rectangular. Okay, we also need some forces such as wind and gravity. Gravity will pull it down and force will kind of blow it, and just the blowing force will animate it automatically. So let's go ahead and create the cylinder, which will be the pole first. Okay, go ahead and go to create tab at the right top corner. Click create, standard primitives, select standard primitives, and select cylinder. Okay, in the top viewport, this is 4 viewports: top, front, left viewport, and perspective viewport. In the top viewport in the middle right here, I hold the left mouse button and kind of scroll it all the way like that, and then release it, and then you're gonna create the height. Go all the way height, then stop and type height 5000, and radius will be 64, something like that. You can type anything that you like. 32. 64 is too big. Let's go ahead and type maybe 8. Yeah, let's type maybe 8, I guess. Or maybe 16. Okay. I'm going to use at the right bottom corner the pan view tool right here, a hand, and then a middle mouse button between the left and between the right mouse buttons. I'm going to scroll it to zoom in, zoom out. If you don't have third mouse button, you can use the zoom tool right here. Zoom in, zoom out at the right bottom corner. Okay, and pan view tool here. Those two tools, including the orbit tool right here, orbit selection tool, but only use the orbit selection tool only in the perspective mode. Okay, you can use to pretty much rotate the camera, move the camera, and zoom in, zoom out of the camera. Okay, let's go ahead and go to front view, third mouse button, zoom out a little bit. I think maybe let's go ahead and make it 32 radius instead of 16, 32. So go ahead and click modify tab right here. Okay, cylinder 01, we're gonna call it as pole. So we're gonna know this is exactly pole. So radius 32, height 5000, height segments, let's go ahead and put 64. Okay. Maybe not 64. Let's go ahead and make 16, and sides we're gonna make 64, so it's going to be more photorealistic and nice. Or even 128. Let's go ahead and make 128 instead of 64. Okay, so this part is done. Next, always saving your project, and click File, Save As, and save it as Flag. And then Flag 2, Flag 3, Flag 4, because 3ds Max crashing a lot, especially after 2020 version. Okay, so next we're gonna create a rectangular. I'm gonna click Create tab. Under Standard Primitive, I'm going to go to Shapes under Splines, Rectangular. I'm gonna click Rectangular. Okay, and a little bit zoom out right here in the front view port, then right button and hold left button, draw the rectangular about like that, stop it, release the button, and gonna go to click modify tab, and under the modify tab, instead of rectangular 01, I'm gonna put flag. Okay, so this is going to be our flag. Press enter. Under the modifier list, click expand to expand the modifier list. I'm gonna select garment ng garment maker right here. Garment maker going to create some triangles and bunch of vertices. So pretty much it's define our geometry automatically for us, filled in with the polygons. This called polygons under 3ds Max by Autodesk. Go ahead and do the density 0.011. Okay, press enter. Make sure that outer mesh is check in, preserve is check marked, relax is not check marked, stretch map coordinates is check marked, preserved surface. Okay, let's go ahead and select that. Next modifier list, click on that, and you want to select exactly cloth, starting with C right here, cloth modifier, click on that. Nice. Okay, so go ahead and open up the cloth, and as you can see, group, panel, seams and faces. Go ahead and double click and close again. or close it with the minus sign. Make sure it's like that. Now we created the clothes, but now we gotta attach the clothes to the pole. Okay, to attach the clothes to the pole, you gotta create two dummies, and let's go ahead and do it. Under the create, click create tab at the right top corner, go to helpers, click helpers. There is a dummy right here. Click on dummy under the standard. Okay, click on dummy and zoom in the front viewport. Right mouse button click between the front and perspective. You can easy to switch, and do the dummy right here. Kind of draw it like that. Okay, this is dummy number 1, and go ahead and do the dummy number 2. Dummy number 2, somewhere like this, like over here. Okay, we got it. Okay, now perfect, and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create forces, which will be the gravity. They're gonna pull the flag down just like everything on planet Earth, and we're gonna do the wind force as well. And to do that, click create, go all the way to space warps, click on space warps. It's gonna say forces. Under the forces, not under the react, under particles, then dynamics, only under the forces tab. You want to click on wind right here, the wind. Click on it and do the wind in front viewport, somewhere right over here. Draw it like a square so you can see it, and release your mouse button so wind is done. Okay, under the gravity, go ahead and right here at the right top corner, click on gravity and drive the gravity right here somewhere. So you're gonna separate, you're gonna know exactly what it is. Put the gravity here. So force such as gravity and wind has the directions, so we want to make sure the directions will be exactly to the directions that kind of flag facing away from the pole. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our top view. Click right mouse button to the top view, and then use the pen view and allocate the wind force. Go ahead and select the select object. Click on this icon right here at the left top corner, so you can select the this right here, like that. This is going to be under the modify wind 01. Okay, as you can see, wind 01 is kind of facing. Which way it's facing? I'm just curious. Right there. So the air is not facing the way that we want it to face. Okay, you can see it under the perspective view. So under the perspective view, let me rotate it a little bit. I'm going to select at the right bottom corner orbit select tool. Click on it so I can move it like that. Do not use orbit select tool from the right bottom, which is control for the camera or viewport, while the select and rotate tool right here is control of the 3D object, a 3D model, or polygons or vertices. You can rotate the polygons, but this one, orbit select tool, is for the viewports. Do not use it anywhere, orbit select tool, besides the perspective viewport, because if you're gonna switch it to, let's say, top viewport, check it out, right mouse button, and we'll try to use the orbit tool here in top viewport, you're gonna mess up your top viewport and it's gonna say orthographic, so it's done. You cannot precise see what's going on from the top viewport exactly at the angle of the top. So you gotta go ahead and click on if it's going to happen on orthographic, and select the top. Okay, so as you can see, this video tutorial is ultimate for the beginner with step-by-step instructions. So I'm assuming that you ultimate beginner, so I'm trying to explain as much as possible. So if you're gonna follow this tutorial 2 times and then without watching the video will complete it from scratch 3rd time, you're gonna know exactly how to do the flag in 3ds Max by Autodesk application. So okay, so we can see that force, which is wind 1, facing not in the correct direction. So I'm gonna click on that, wind 1, and then I'm going to use right here the select and rotate tool, and I'm gonna rotate it by this yellow circle. As you can see, I'm rotating it, and it's rotating by Z if you select the viewport. So I'm gonna say, instead of 60, I'm gonna say 90. So it's gonna be perfect facing the flag, and then we can readjust couple angles just to make sure like realistic wind force coming to it. Okay, so wind is done. Now over here, this is going to be our gravity, and as you can see, gravity is facing not in correct direction, and we better fix that. But let me show you exactly what I mean. First of all, let's go ahead and attach the cloth before we're gonna check for the gravity. I just want to show you what kind of air it is. If its gravity will be forcing towards the flag instead of forcing down, just like every single gravity force on planet Earth. So in the default settings, so let's go ahead and click select right here the select object tool, click on the flag close, which is rectangular. It's selected, and let's go ahead and attach it to the pole first. And how to attach it to the pole? So you gotta click on close, click on this plus sign icon. It's gonna extend group, panel, seams, faces. You're gonna click on group, okay? And under the group, as you can see, it's already created a bunch of vertices, which is the dots, little dots. You wanna select couple dots here, and let's go ahead and select couple dots. You want to select this dot right here, those 2 dots like that, and then you want to select, actually just go ahead and select that dot right there, just that one right there. Okay, next you want to select this dot right here, like that. So those 2 dots. Okay, next you want to go ahead and click make a group, and you want to say top group, click OK, and it says unassigned. It's unassigned because you gotta assign it with the dummy, exactly where you want to attach this vertex to reach dummy or vertices. In our case, it's 2 vertices, this vertex on top and vertex on the bottom. As again, by holding control, you can select the 2nd, 3rd, 4th vertices into like one selection, holding control. To deselect from 3 vertices 1 vertex, you gotta click Alt button on your keyboard and hold it, and then you can deselect it. So let's go ahead and attach those 2 to this dummy right here. How to do it? You gotta click node, make sure it's selected, and then you're gonna click on this green box. Boom. Now it's gonna say top group node to dummy 1. So what I'm gonna do, instead of dummy 1, let me go ahead and use go back to cloth, click on just on cloth. It's gonna deselect the group mode, and I'm gonna click on this green dummy. It says dummy 1 under the modify tab, dummy 101. I'm gonna name it top dummy because it's going to be the top position, and then the bottom dummy, I'm going to name bottom dummy instead of dummy 02. Make sure you're under the modifier tab right here. So I'm gonna say bottom dummy. Okay, nice. Now let me go ahead and get back to my let me zoom out a little bit, get back to my cloth of the flag. By the way, over here, as you can see, I have polygon count 9011, vertices count 4587, and FPS. How to get this? Pretty simple. On your keyboard, you gotta press 7 in the perspective mode, disable it, and 7 again to enable it. It's like trigger for the special stats, and those stats are very valuable because you know exactly how many polygons, and the higher amount of polygons, the slower the Autodesk 3ds Max application become. So you wanna kinda, but the higher amount of polygons, the much more detailed defined 3D models and the final renders look like, but it's gonna take so much time to render it, much longer time, keep that in mind. As always, you want to save your application file, your 3D scene. I just saved it just in case if it's going to crash it. If you're a beginner, I advise you to save it like flag 2, flag 3, flag 4, flag 5. So if you're gonna do something bad, you can always open up the old save file and don't be stressed about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and select back using the select object. Select back the flag cloth and go to the group. Okay, as you can see, those 2 points still selected. Everything is blue, but those 2 points are still red on top and right here and on the bottom. That's good. This is exactly how we want it. Now I want to go ahead and click make a group again, and I'm gonna call it bottom group. I'm gonna click OK, and it says unassign. Now I'm gonna assign those 2 vertices to a dummy, 2 red vertices. So I'm gonna click node, make sure it's selected, and I'm gonna click on bottom dummy, that green square. It says bottom group, node to bottom dummy. Okay, excellent. This is exactly what we want. So pretty much we are ready here. We just attach that. Nice. So now we gotta attach the forces, and we can render, and we're gonna see the big difference. It's not going to be just a straight, and also we gotta simulate the forces on our cloth. So let's go ahead and switch back to cloth. Click on cloth, and cloth forces, click on that, and there is a gravity 0,1 and wind 0,1, those 2 forces that we created on our 3D scene. Go ahead and click on that and switch it to the forces in simulation, both of them. Click OK. Next one, go ahead and click object properties and select flag, which is our rectangular cloth, and that's how we name it. Instead of inactive, you gotta select the cloth, and cloth properties, you gotta click on it and select silk. Okay, there's some default values based by the Autodesk, which is nice. Let's go ahead and use it. Click OK. Excellent. Now this part is done. Let's go ahead and render first. Render, and see there is nothing is going on, just like we can see it in a perspective viewport. Let's go ahead and simulate the forces. After all of this is done, go ahead and click the save button. Okay, next thing, after it's saved, go ahead and click simulate. As you can see, simulated 1. The timeline in our case for the animation, because it's going to put the simulation every single frame with the different values, define a 3D model, which is the cloth, which is the flag, and from 0 to 100 right here on this timeline. See that? You can make it from 0 to 1000, from 0 to 10,000, but right now it's from 0 to 100, and its progress is check mark. It says simulate button right here, and it says simulated once, and first frame is nothing, so it's just exactly what is simulated. Let's go ahead and click simulate. and it's gonna start simulating all the 100 frames from 0 to 100. And as you can see, the wind is blowing, the flag is moving kind of on the wind, but then the force, which is the gravity, is pulling it away because it's forcing towards that flag, and it's kind of pulling it away, and much stronger than the wind because wind is coming from the left, but the gravity coming towards the flag instead of down. And this is a big mistake. You want to put the gravity down, just like on Earth, okay, on planet Earth. So click on gravity and click right here at the left top corner, select and rotate tool, make sure it's selected, then rotate the gravity in perspective viewport on the red circle, click left mouse button and rotate all the way to not 81, but bring it back to 0 first. It's forcing up right now. Let me show you what will be when the force is up. Let me just demonstrate it to you. The gravity force. Rendering, render. It's gonna go up, as you can see, okay? Now, it's not like it was before, but it's getting up now. So we don't want to have that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna rotate by X, which is on that red axis, all the way to 90, like that. And we're gonna say everything else is 0, 0, XYZ 0, minus 90, not 90 but minus 90, right? Nope, 180, I guess. Yep, right there. So it's facing down, as you can see right here. And if you're gonna go and look at the left viewport, it says it's facing down. See, like that error? Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and render it again. Click rendering, render. There is nothing going on. Why there is nothing going on? Because you gotta click back on a flag, which is the cloth rectangular, and you gotta click erase simulation because it's already pre-simulated 101 frames and it's going to use that simulation. So there is no new simulation. You're gonna click erase simulation. Now it says simulated 1, which is basic 1, and simulated again. Simulated, make sure the progress is check marked. Click that simulated button, and now it's gonna pull it down, but it's created some errors. So we're about to fix those errors. So it's created a bunch of errors, and as you can see, it's pretty much has the broken animation now. It's not going to work out, and it's showing right here DT decrease because clothes has become overstretched. You're gonna click cancel. Bunch of polygons sticking out. You want to click erase simulation. This is how you fix that, remember that. Now, okay, let's go ahead. The reason why, because bunch of forces applied that is high values. Click on gravity first. Make sure instead of strength 1, it's too much. It's so much, it's like you're gonna bring the flag like at the speed like asteroid, even faster than asteroid, and per each frame, which is at 60 FPS frames per second, it's just breaking down everything and it doesn't look good, as you saw. So strength, you want to put 0.1. Try it like that. Okay, let's go ahead and rendering and render. Nothing going on because, like I told you, after you check the gravity or reset the values, or set the new values for the gravity force or for the wind force, you want to click on a flag and you want to erase the simulation and simulate it again. Now it's pulling it slowly to the bottom nicely, and I like it. Nice. But the wind force doesn't work. So let's go ahead and fix that. Let's erase the simulation. Click on the wind force, wind 01, and it says the strength, one, turbulence 0, frequency 0. Let's put strength 3, turbulence 5, sorry, frequency 55, like that, scale 1. Let's go ahead and get back to the flag cloth and erase simulation and click simulate. Okay, it's simulating the force of the wind. Okay, we kind of receive the forces of the wind, but not that much. Let's go ahead and save that. The reason why, let's go ahead instead of 100 frames, because 100 frames, if 60 frames per second, it's less than it's a little bit over than a second. Let's go ahead and click and let's create 1200 frames, which is 20 seconds, and we're gonna have a lot of frames with a beautiful animation to choose from, which is 1200 frames. Let's go ahead and click on this icon right here at the right bottom corner, time configuration, and under the time configuration, the laser length, we want to put 1200. I'm gonna click OK, and it's gonna create from 0 to 100 all the way to 0 to 1200 frames. Bring it to 0, then say erase simulation and simulate again. Make sure the progress is selected so you can see the progress in the perspective viewport. So let's go ahead and have a look what it's gonna do now. Okay, it's stretching. The gravity is so strong, so just pulling and breaking that flag, the gravity is strong, much stronger than the wind, as you can see. So it's breaking the flag, so we gotta fix that. We gotta release the value on the gravity and make it lower value, and then it's going to be good. It's almost a flag, as you can see. It's animated pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and cancel this so we don't have to waste our time. Always save it, guys, because throughout this process sometimes it can crash, especially if your computer has the running on a laptop and that it has a problem with the cooling. Erase simulation. This simulation process using only single core, single thread, but it's utilizing at 100%. So if your computer is unstable, it's going to crash. While the whole rendering, when you're gonna go ahead and render, you're gonna utilize all your cores, over 200 cores, as I saw under the 3ds Max, under the mental array. Right now we're using Skyline default render, which is only utilizing 2 threads, but we're about to switch to mental array because I'm going to use the advanced materials as a texture shaders for our flag and for the pole, just to make it photorealistic. And mental array can utilize over 200 CPU cores without any problems at 100%. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna click erase simulation, then I'm gonna click on gravity 0.1, and I'm going to change the value. Instead of 0.1, I'm going to say 0.05 instead of 1, like that. Okay, 0.05 strength on the gravity. Okay, then I'm going to go back to a flag cloth, and I'm going to erase simulation again and click simulate. Now it's going to be good, guys. It's not gonna pull the flag down like it did before heavily, and it's going to be just perfect. We're gonna increase a little bit of the wind. I think the wind is not enough. As you can see, the gravity is still pulling it, but if we are going to increase a little bit of the wind, I think we're going to be good. First of all, let's release the gravity from 0.05. Let's make it 0.01, just a little bit of the gravity. Okay, so I'm gonna cancel that, and I'm gonna click gravity 0.01, and I'm gonna say strength 0.01 instead of 0.5. Okay, I'm gonna go click back on the flag cloth, and I'm gonna say erase simulation and simulate it. So now I don't think it's gonna pull the flag down so hard. Yep, it's not. It's beautiful now. And now wind is stretching it. It's slowly, it's like a wind like at 1 p.m. A little bit of breeze coming out, not a heavy wind. And it's going to stretch the flag exactly as we want it. So guys, I did in purpose. I didn't put the proper values of those variables under the wind force and under the gravity force. I decided to troubleshoot a little bit and show you how to troubleshoot and what those value means. Okay, so you're gonna learn and you're gonna have better clues. So it's a beautiful, and it's going to be 1000 frames, and it's going to be perfectly animated. Right now the flag looks like it's a red color. I'm about to change it to American flag, and you're gonna see a big difference. Keep in mind, this is the basic stages and primitive stages of the details of the flag, and I'm gonna as well show you as a bonus how to increase the level of details to make it more photorealistic, just like you were filming with your camera. Let's go ahead and save that. That's beautiful. I really loving it. So let's go ahead and render it. Let's go ahead and render it like this. And render. Check it out. It's just beautiful. If I'm gonna put American flag, it's gonna be beautiful. First of all, let's go ahead and click render setup. And under render setup, let's go ahead and click custom. Click to HDTV. Okay, and let's go ahead and render it in 1920 by 1080. But you can always change the amount of pixels manually if you want it. Select it and type it in. But 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels is still good. So let's go ahead and render it like that. So it's not gonna take a long time, because the higher resolution, the longer it takes to render. So okay, I think we nailed that. First thing first, let me go ahead and bring the texture, the shader of the American flag on our cloth instead of red color. So how to do that? You're gonna click rendering, material editor, okay, and under the material editor you can also press the M button on your keyboard. It's a short key, but if it doesn't work, then rendering, material editor, and it's gonna pull up. Okay, excellent. As you can see, I have a bunch of materials. If you're running Autodesk 3ds Max 2020, 2022, 2024, 2025, 2026, it's going to be like a chart where you're gonna point it with some arrows, connecting. It's a bunch of complications for the beginners. If you're a beginner in 3ds Max, maybe it's going to be complicated for you in those newer 3ds Max applications by Autodesk. So how to see those spheres, because those spheres are so easy to use. So if you're gonna see some charts where you gotta connect it instead of spheres, you're gonna go under material, and it's gonna say switch to legacy material editor or switch to classic material editor. Go ahead and click it. If it's not under the materials, go ahead and check the options or utilities, and you're gonna see it. Go ahead and click on it, and then you're gonna switch it, and most likely it's going to be huge like this, couple spheres, not that many. But clicking on option and cycle them, you can cycle and bring the amount just like I had, a lot of spheres, so you can pretty much create a material for every single object on your 3D scene without any issue. Go ahead and save that. Okay, next we're gonna click on first material, and I'm gonna name it flag cloth material. Okay, try to name everything, so if somebody else will open your work, or if you're gonna open it in a couple years from today, you're going to have no problem to understand what's going on in the scene. Okay, so it's a good habit, just like in software development or web development, or even in Photoshop, to name the layers. So no matter which graphic designer or 3D artist will open it, it will always understand what's going on the scene, because you're very strategic. It's a good habit to do that in Photoshop, layers, labeling, or in 3ds Max or Cinema 4D, or even in Blender. Okay, flag close material. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and over here under the diffuse, we're gonna click this icon right here. It's gonna pull up all kind of different abilities. Bitmap will be ability where you can select your custom image in PNG, JPG, TIFF, wherever. But let me go ahead and show it to you. I'm gonna apply the checkers. It's like white and black. I'm gonna click OK. Now it's still red. Make sure that the flag is selected. So how to apply that? You gotta go to, after that you gotta go to parent. Sorry guys, I'm sipping some coffee and got some coffee into my throat. It's a nice premium Colombian coffee, supreme Colombian beans, which is the best way to brew it yourself. It's so cheap. But if you can, go ahead and grab yourself water with 2 slices of the lemon, the healthiest drink. Or for some taste, if you need some taste, tea with the 2 slices of the lemon and the honey, or coffee. Is good drinks. Do not drink any alcohol, do not smoke, and you're gonna live a healthy and happy life for a very long time. So how to appear this material on our flag now? So material is ready, but how to appear it, assign to a flag? Pretty much right here, the icon, assign material to selection. Click on it, and as you can see, instead of red, it turned into gray, but still not black and white. How to do it? There is another icon, how to show the material in the viewport. It does it to save your resources, because 3ds Max was available since 2000. The computers was single core during the time with a little bit of memory, and it was kind of hardcore for them, so they implement this. But you can see the material in viewport, which is perspective viewport, if it's under smooth and plus highlights. All of what you gotta do, just click this icon right here, show standard map in viewport, make sure it's selected, and now as you can see, it's black and white, right? Let's go ahead and click render. Yep, it is right here, but the background is pretty much black, so this is why it is like that. So let's go ahead and cancel that, close that, and let's go ahead and save that. Okay, now let's go ahead and click on that diffuse, that M icon again, that icon, and now click on checkers and button, and instead of checkers, let's go ahead and click bitmap. As I told you, under the bitmap you can select your own images, and let's go ahead and select the US flag. I already prepared that. You can download it on Google. I downloaded it on Google, but by the end of this video tutorial, I'm going to show you in Photoshop how to modify the texture of this flag, just to make it a little bit more photorealistic and prepared for 3ds Max. It's going to be additional bonus by the end of this video. So guys, don't forget to smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested, and share it with your friends. Positive comments, as you can see, step by step. I'm assuming that everybody is beginner, so easy to follow. Try to follow it 2 times, go through it 2 times, and then the 3rd time do it without the tutorial by yourself. And if you're going to achieve that, then pretty much you will have no problem to create by yourself next flags. Okay, and you're gonna learn a lot by watching and completing this tutorial and following up a couple times. Anyways, make sure that blur right here is, instead of 1.00, click enter, it's going to be 0.01, because it cannot be 0, so it's going to show up the image just with a little bit blur, which is none. Okay, make sure the flag texture will be solid and sharp. Go ahead and click right here on the go to parent button. Okay, and now go ahead and click render. Beautiful, and as you can see, it's animated, it's just beautiful. Let's go ahead and save it. So we achieve it, but now we're gonna advance this from basic to much advanced level and create it more photorealistic. Let me go ahead and show you like this. As you can see, it's animated per frame, and you can take any image frame and put it on image for the stock websites for sale, make some money, like for $1, $5 on 4th of July, somebody is going to buy it, or create some other flags, or create not just a single image but the whole animation. Like at 1200 frames is 20 seconds of 60 frames per second, and put it different angles, because it's 3D application. You can put all kind of different artistic angles, put the video in 8K UHD video resolution, and those image photo stocks for sale, including the images, and somebody will buy it, guys. But do not think if you're gonna post like 100 images you're gonna make a lot of money per month. Post a little bit over 10,000 images and you're gonna make almost a $1,000 every single month, and post it like over 10 image photo stocks websites, all those famous websites. Okay, so here we go, we got it. So now let me go ahead and save that. Look like we need to move the flag a little bit closer to the pole. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna click that, select the move tool, okay, at the left top corner, and we're gonna move it into the pole, closer to the pole. Let's go ahead and render it and check it out. Render. Yeah, it's beautiful, it's right there. Okay, so right now let's go ahead and replace the black background with the skies. Okay, completely makes sense, or with your custom image or the image that you're going to download through the Google. Just go ahead and search some clouds, skies, just to make it nice as a composition. So how to do that? So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and close all of this for now. I'm going to go ahead and click right here at the top right corner, create, and under the geometry I'm going to click geometry. Make sure you're under standard primitives, select it, go ahead and click box. Okay, I clicked on box, and go ahead and draw this box right here, like somewhere from here. Hold the left mouse button all the way like that, something like that. Release the mouse button, and then we're going to create a little bit of height like that. Done. Okay, turn and click right here and modify the box, and in the top viewport zoom in out and move this box. It's a huge box, as you can see, away from the flag, not towards the camera but in opposite direction. Just take a distance, and let's go ahead and make it larger. Let's go ahead and make it in about 10,000 by 12,000. It's fine. Let's do 12,000 by 15,000. Let's go ahead and make it like that. 12,000 length and width 15,000, and height 235. It doesn't matter, guys, just something like huge, and we're gonna apply the nice beautiful image to it. So right now it's a green background. Let's go ahead and render to check out how we're looking. As you can see, it's rendered kind of like that because my viewport is selected top viewport. Go ahead and right mouse button at the perspective viewport and click rendering, render this. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and replace the green color with the clouds kind of skies image. So let's go ahead and click rendering, material editor. Okay, I'm not going to use the short keys because I don't want to confuse the beginners. So the purpose of this video, as easy as possible, step-by-step tutorial in 3ds Max, so everybody can learn, even the ultimate beginners, how to create a photorealistic animated flag. Okay, so we're gonna click on over here on second material, second sphere, and it says 02 dash default. We're gonna say skies material. So it's going to be a BG skies material. BG sky material. Okay, like this. BG as background. Excellent. And under the diffuse, we're gonna click on diffuse right here on this icon, as I told you, and it's gonna pull up us some option. We're gonna select the bitmap, Bitmap means that we can apply our custom image, and under right here, file of types, you're gonna click on it and you're gonna say all formats, and you're gonna look at the sky clouds. I already downloaded from Google, it's free image. I will try to share these images with you as a files in the video description, but pretty much you can find a similar images on Google. Keep that in mind. So we select that. As you remember, blue should be 0.01 like that. Everything else is perfect. Let's go ahead and click right here, go to parent, this icon right here. Excellent. And let's go ahead and make sure that our box is selected. As you can see, it's selected in perspective viewport. It's in white. Let's go ahead and make sure that material is selected as well, and click this button, assign material to selection. Click on it. As you can see, it turned gray, means it's assigned, but let's go ahead and make sure that we can see it. Press as again this button, show standard map in viewport. Here we go. And let's go ahead and use the bottom right corner tools, which is the zoom. Click on it and zoom it in, or you can use the third mouse button between the left and right mouse button. Let's go ahead and zoom it in and use the orbit tool. Click on the orbit tool, and in perspective viewport we're gonna a little bit rotate like that. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and click rendering. Render. Oh, that's beautiful. And this is with default lighting yet. I didn't put any lighting, so it's kinda doesn't know where the lighting is coming. It's computer kinda doing default, and it can create the fake shadows and stuff like that. Don't worry about it right now. As you can see, everything is attached to a pole nicely. Everything is so nice. Let's go ahead and save that. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and create this pole right here. Make it probably metal. Let's go ahead and create it metal. So I'm gonna create the third material, or actually you can create the metal, but go ahead and watch my tutorial how to create the advanced materials. Okay, because I'm gonna change the render. Okay, and right now I kinda don't want to do that, so let's go ahead and keep it at this point, but go ahead and watch my 101 how to texture in 3ds Max. That's a beautiful tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to texture a chess board and figures, and how to do the glass, metal, wood. Everything is discussed there, plastic. Go ahead and check it out over the official UHDking.com YouTube channel, because I don't want to waste that extra time, because this video tutorial will be already over 1 hour, but everything is explained. So go ahead and check it out, guys. It's going to be a playlist. Visit the UHDking.com or artisticbytes.com for that. Okay, so we got this part. Let's go ahead and save that. Now it's beautiful. Now let's go ahead and fix it a little bit. As you can see, it has the dark spots, render and stuff like that, because the light is default. So let's go ahead and fix that, and let's go ahead and create the light to the scene. We're gonna click create button. Under the tab, we're gonna select lights, and gonna click on the photometric tab and select the standard. You can use the Omni, or if you're using the 3ds Max 2024, 3ds Max 2020, 3ds Max 2022, 2025, 2026, go ahead and select Arnold area Omni, or if you have the Corona renderer, select the Corona area Omni. I'm gonna select the Omni because I'm using the standard skyline renderer, which is not fancy, which is the basic since the first version of the 3ds Max, if I'm not mistaken. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and create this light right here at the left side, like that. Boom. Just place a one light, and then you're gonna go ahead and place another light, and somewhere right here, closer, right here at this right side. Okay, now go ahead and click on this tool at the left top corner, select and move, and this light right now is selected, the second light. Go ahead and click on modify the second light, and make sure the shadows is unchecked, because if shadows will be checked, it's gonna generate the shadows of the flag behind on that box on our clouds, and it's not going to look good. Make sure it's unchecked. Okay, the intensity, click on plus icon, and intensity select 0.3. okay, excellent, and go ahead and click with the select and move icon, click on the second light, and under the modify, make sure the shadows is unchecked, because if shadows will be checked, let me show you what is going to be. And you're gonna click rendering render. It's gonna render not here, but if you're gonna do it under the perspective view, rendering render, it's going to render the shadows. See that? And that background and bunch of ugly shadows that we don't want. So go ahead and uncheck it. Uncheck the shadows, because we don't want on our box that very close to the flag material, flag cloth. We don't want that shadow. Okay, we want to pretend like this is beautiful sky. You can also put the video and background and merge 3D with the video and create a photorealistic scene. I just merged it with this static image that I found on the internet. So let's go ahead and I uncheck the shadow, so no shadows, rendering render. Let me show you how beautiful it is. It's beautiful, but just because some of the light is approaching improperly, it's creating one of those shadows, which is kind of not realistic. So the way to fix that, let's go ahead and check the level of the lights. As you can see, lights at the front viewport a little bit too low, and the sky is above us, so sun coming from above. Let's go ahead and put it to the top a little bit, like that. One light to the top and one light kind of in the middle, like that. Let's go ahead and render it again. Click on perspective viewport, go rendering, render. We fixed that. So now it's photorealistic, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful, guys. It's already ready for the stocks, but this is at the basic kind of scenarios. Let me go ahead and advance it for you, make it much more defined, much more detailed, richer visuals, much more photorealistic. Let's go ahead and proceed with that, just to complete this tutorial and to make this as ultimate photorealistic flag animation in Autodesk 3ds Max on YouTube. So let's go ahead and save that. Always save it, guys, and as again, if you're beginner, save it like flag 2, flag 3, so you can always get back to it after you created some advanced steps, so you don't have to undo, because sometimes the whole application can crash, especially the application Autodesk 2020 and 2024, because they added so much stuff that most of the professional not using, but it's creating the heavy load on the application, and sometimes it's crashing the whole application. And guys, you can rotate with the orbit tool and perspective view, just to rotate it and make it, as you can see, all kind of different angles, beautiful angles. Let me show it to you, and create a beautiful shots, like something like that. Let me zoom out a little bit, like that. Let me go ahead and rendering this. So it's much better than create a single flag in Photoshop. Over here you have unlimited angles that you can render in periods of couple seconds, unlimited scenarios, and then you can create an unlimited animation of the flag. And in Photoshop, create something like that will take you as minimum 10 minutes if you're very professional, but to create a different angle will take you another 10 minutes, and every single frame, like 60 frames, will take you like 2 days probably, or a day. In 3ds Max, in 2 hours you can be done with the whole animated video, and put it in 8K rendering in 8K video resolution will take you like 2 days. Create that video file and upload it to the image photo stacks, and start making money, about $5-10 to put it for sale for somebody composition on a blue screen or even with the skies, and create couple dollars, as again This is how I do it, at least, and I decided, guys, to share some experience with you. It's beautiful, as you can see. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. So let's go ahead and create some details to it. Okay, so first thing first, multiplier. Let's go ahead and click on the flag. So how you can create advanced version of it? Pretty simple. Modifier list. Click on modifier list under flag close object and select the tessellation. Let me show it to you. Tessellation modifier. Okay, tessellation modifier will bring some more details to it. This is tessellation 1 iteration, but you already saw some more details, more depth to it. But let's go ahead and select tessellation 4 and look at those polygons. Right now it's 23,000 with tessellation 1. With tessellation 4 is going to go way over 200,000 polygons and over 100,000 vertices. Some computers can crash, guys. You're gonna have at least 16 GB of system RAM to be able to select 4 and tessellation in this basic scene. But I highly recommend for you, if you're doing the 3D rendering in 2024, 2025, 2026, as minimum to have 32 GB of system RAM. Okay, 1 million, almost 1,200,000 polygons and vertices, almost 600,000. This is crazy. Let's go ahead and render. Look at this. It's gonna bring that much more richer look to it, much more detailed now. It's beautiful. Okay, but there is a lot of details to it as well. Okay, but if you're gonna move it and find some beautiful spots, as you can see, it takes some time while I'm moving because the scene is crazy. Even on my Intel Core i9 9900K overclock at 5.1 GHz Intel 9th generation processor from 2018 with 16 logical cores, it was a flagship gamers processor. It's already so complicated. Over 1 million polygons in 3ds Max. It's gonna take some time. That's why you want to have a lot of those cores and a lot of logical cores or logical threads as much as you can, especially if you're gonna have over 200 cores CPU. That's what I'm planning to build. Dual Platinum Xeon, over 220 cores. It's gonna render immediately and it's gonna proceed with that immediately, way faster than my 16 logical cores i9 9900K. So this is exactly where you need all this power, as you can see. Let's go ahead and render it. So I selected a different angle. You can go ahead and select all kind of different angles, but as you can see, it's looking great. If it's going to be some dark spots, you can put additional lights to avoid that and to bring it more to the light. I'm just, as you can see, still thinking. I just trying to get at different angles. So this is one way how to bring some more details. Maybe for this flag iteration with the tessellation at 4 too much. Let's go ahead and render and see it, the final render, how it's going to look like. But maybe at 2. Plus it has so many polygons, almost 1.2 million, and it takes forever, as you can see, even to switch from frame to frame. Let's go ahead and render it. Let's go ahead and have a look. Maybe you want to lower the resolution, because at 4K video resolution it's even going to take it longer. It's beautiful, guys, but somehow it's looking a little bit, maybe you want to tweak the angle of your wind a little bit like a paperish instead of like a silkish. Okay, but this is under the basic renderer. If I'm gonna switch to mental ray renderer, which is top of the line renderer for the 3ds Max 2010 application that I'm using today, you're gonna have the top of the line Arnold or Corona in your 3ds Max 2024, 2025, 2026, or 2022 or 2020. Go ahead and switch to that. It's going to be much better renderer, but this is under basic render yet. I'm about to demonstrate you with not a basic render by the end of this video. So this is one way, but iteration 4, a little bit too much of the details for the silk flag, closed flag. So maybe let's go ahead and bring it to 2, iteration 2, not that many details, and it's still going to be smoother. This is one of the effects how you can do it, rendering. Let's go ahead and render now. Now it's so fast, as you can see. So this is much better. This kind of feelish, like a silkish cloth to it. 4 is like too much, and polygons count as well nice, below 100,000, and everything is working so fast. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay, this is one of the ways how to do it. Another way, let's go ahead and remove the tessellation. So you can see tessellation process improving those vertices and polygons, just multiplying them. Just like in the games, if you're a gamer, you know that tessellation improves the visuals by defining more 3D models and creating more details. Mesh Smooth is a great modifier. It's also going to bring some details, but it's going to smooth out everything, and it's great for silky close flag. Let me go ahead and show it to you. So iteration, let's go ahead and, but it's also going to increase the polygons. Right now it's almost 20,000. Let's go ahead and bring it to 3. It's going to be around 60,000, I guess. No, it's almost 250,000 polygons. But let's go ahead and rendering and find out how it's going to look like. It's going to be much smoother, and it's great for the silky. See, like it's bringing that kind of reflecting kind of silkiness to it. It's beautiful right here in the corner. It's just beautiful. So this is the best for the flag. Instead of tessellation, use the Mesh Smooth. Okay, it's gonna underline that silkiness, and it's going to reflect on the a little bit that silk as material over here, especially. Okay, that's beautiful. And this is with the basic render. This is without the mental ray. This is beautiful, guys. Really love the result, the way it's lookish. It's nice. Okay, so this part is done. So this is a photorealistic, right? Right now, let's go ahead and try to do 5 iteration. It's going to require so much system RAM, like, oh my god. Let's go ahead and rendering. Look at this, it's almost 250,000 polygons rendering. And it's going to take some time to render it, even in 1940 by 1080 pixels. Okay, it's still applying. Here we go. Check it out, guys. So Mesh Smooth is also bringing some details, but it's also smoothing out. Yeah, it's better, way better. Look at that silkiness now. Those white lines, lookish like a silk. And this is 1920 by 1080 pixels. If I'm going to bring it to 4K video resolution, the details of the pixels will be on another level. If you're selling an image photo stocks, rendering as minimum 8K UHD, but better 16K video resolution, so people can apply to the boards. Some people going to buy the marketing companies for the boards and give it to their designers. Look at that side, that silkiness. It's like a silk. Definitely look like a silk. No more like a paper under the tessellation. See that? Beautiful. And as again, you can also apply the different angles of the wind, and it's going to resimulate. But when you're resimulating, shut down the Mesh Smooth by deleting it, or any modifier except the clothes and garment maker, because it's gonna take forever. And resimulate and then enable it on top. Okay, let me save it. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. Okay. Let me go ahead, guys, and improve it to another level. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna enable the mental ray for those folks with 2020 3ds Max and older. But for folks with newer 3ds Max 2024, 2025, 2026, enable the Arnold. It's going to be similar to mental ray. but better than Mental Ray even. Mental Ray, right now, this default render, if you're gonna decide to render this as a video or every single frame, and then from the frames you're gonna create uncompressed video, pretty much it's only going to render through the 2 cores. But Mental Ray, because it's default render, a skyline render called, let me show it to you. Render setup, we're about to switch it to Mental Ray, but Mental Ray can render over 200 cores, CPU cores. See, like default skyline render, this is how you're allocating it. Clicking the rendering, render setup, and under the command tab, you approach to production and click on production and select Mental Ray render. But if you're using the latest 3ds Max, select the Arnold, or if you're gonna have Corona, even Corona is even better. Click OK, because you're not gonna have Mental Ray. Mental Ray discontinued after 3ds Max 2020. 2021 I believe was the last one. Okay, so we enabled that, so now we're gonna utilize every single core, which is nice. Okay, but first of all, let's go ahead and utilize the Mental Ray. Oops, almost crashed on us, guys. Mess moves with the Mental Ray is not a joke. Wait for the program to respond. Let's wait. Please don't crash on us. Because I'm recording in real time on the same computer, it's also what was that? No, I don't want to resave. Okay, while I was saving it, it's like it's corrupt. Do you want to resave? Yeah, let's go ahead and resave that. Do not save your project 3ds Max file with the Mental Ray, because you won't be able to open in the newer 3ds Maxes because they're not featuring Mental Ray. Save it as default skyline. This is another tip, and advanced 3ds Max users knows about it. Okay, we save it. Good. Okay, so let's go ahead and utilize the Mental Ray, and I'm gonna go rendering and material editor, and first thing first, let me zoom out a little bit with the third mouse button in the perspective view. Here we go. Oh, it takes some time because the mesh smooth is enabled. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and turn on the mesh smooth, because as you can see it's kind of complicating, and enable the mesh smooth by the end. Let's go ahead and turn it down because it's gonna give us hard time. I'm gonna delete it for now. Here we go. So save it. Delete is the best way to do it, just to make sure it's not going to utilize any resources. So now I'm going to create that pole. Instead of blue, I'm going to make sure it's going to be, let's render it under Mental Ray. As you can see, nothing will be changed, but now it's rendering with some sections, and I only enable 8 logical cores to render it because I'm recording in real time with NVIDIA Shadowplay on the same computer, and it's utilizing some resources, and 3ds Max can fully utilize all the cores, and computer not going to respond at all until it's going to finish it. So to avoid that, because I'm recording, to avoid crashing the NVIDIA Shadowplay that is recording in real time, I only enabled to render in 3ds Max allocated only 8 logical cores. You can do it by clicking in Task Manager on the 3ds Max and click Details, and then click on 3ds Max. There under Details, go to Affinity and assign only 8 cores, and check 8 cores, while another 8, in my case, is 16 logical cores. Another 8 is not checked. Click OK, and only 8 cores will be utilized. So it's nice. Now it's using all those 8 cores completely. It can use, as again, Mental Ray over 200 cores, so it's boost up, while the default Skyline render was utilizing 2 cores only. This is the information, guys, for those who is beginner, because I'm using 3ds Max since 2003, 2004. The first version was 3ds Max 4, I believe 2003 or 2004. During that time I used my AMD Athlon laptop, single core, but it was great, guys. On a single core I was creating beautiful compositions, but each render was taking like 3 minutes to render. Anyways, not like seconds. But with the Dual Xeon that I'm about to build, 192 cores total or 240 cores, I'm still thinking, because 240 cores is additional $500. It's gonna take, I think, 1-2 seconds in 4K video resolution on the Mental Ray or Arnold. Anyways, this is what's up, but we're not utilizing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create this pole instead of blue and metal, copper or silver, like a chromish. So I'm gonna click on and I'm gonna utilize the Mental Ray. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of the texturing over here, but keep in mind that I have the texturing 101 in 3ds Max, a beautiful step-by-step tutorial over the official UHDking.com YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@UHDking or artisticbytes.com. Go ahead and check it out under tutorial sections by UHDking. So I'm gonna click on the third sphere and I'm gonna say pole. So it's going to be metal, pole, metal, material. Okay, now I'm gonna click on the standard, and if you're gonna use the Arnold instead of Mental Ray, you're gonna put also the light, which is the Arnold light, because otherwise it's not going to, most likely not going to work correctly. It's gonna almost look the same. It's gonna say the Arnold though, or Corona, but over here in my case it's just Arc Design, new options, and Pro Materials, which is nice. Almost the same thing as Arc and Design, but in your case it's gonna say Arnold before it if you're using 3ds Max 2022, 2024, 2025, 2026, because as again Mental Ray is discontinued by the NVIDIA since 2022 completely, not supported, and Autodesk removed it from its projects and products in 2022, as I know. So Arc and Design, this is my favorite, Arc and Design, Architecture and Design. Click on it and select this option. By the way, was available since 3ds Max 5.5, and I'm a big fan of this option since that time. It was back in 2004, 2005. So as you can see, I was doing 3ds Max very long time, and I'm sharing, guys, years over decades of experience with you. So don't forget to smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested, and as you can see, I woke up pretty early today, and right now is 5 o'clock. Woke up pretty early and decided to record a beautiful ultimate video tutorial how to create a photorealistic flag in 3ds Max application, like nobody else done it, for ultimate beginners. So you don't want to miss it. Share it with your friends, and you're gonna learn a lot by completing this tutorial, not only watching but by following a couple times, and then by following through your memories even without my videos after you're gonna watch my videos. Anyways, first following with the videos and then without the videos, and then you nail it. So much knowledge that you learn even as a beginner 3D animator, 3D artist. Anyways, right here I'm gonna click on templates and I'm gonna select the button copper. Double click left mouse button. You can see how it's looking. It's beautiful. I'm gonna assign this to a pole. So I'm gonna select the pole and I'm gonna say go ahead and assign. You can create the American flag in gold and animate it in gold. That's what I'm gonna put under the image for the stocks. Keep that in mind. Bunch of ideas, but I'm showing you the basics. You can have an idea as an artist yourself, but that's a great idea. I'm gonna put it for sale, but I'm gonna create the Ukrainian flag and American flag for free over the UHDking.com, so anyone can download it. It's going to be a free version of it. It's about 20 seconds. It's going to be 1200 frames in 8K UHD video resolution, so you can download it from my UHDking.com YouTube channel and use it for your projects, okay? As a subscriber, as a watcher of the UHDking, but as well as I'm going to create additional version of it for image photo stocks, over 20 image photo stocks for sale for a couple bucks. Okay, so I'm gonna apply. I already applied that. I click that button, assign to material. So I click on the pole, make sure that pole material, metal material selected, and click assign. It's assigned. I'm gonna click this button, show standard map and viewport. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the mental ray in 3ds Max 2010, but you can adjust it under the configuration, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just gonna click rendering and render, and we're gonna see it how it's going to look like, and it's gonna look fantastic. Check it out, guys. On the metal pole, the American flag. This is already like a picture. This is a picture. If you're gonna say, look, I took a picture of the American flag on the field, everybody will believe you that, because it looks like that. Maybe not this particular frame, but if you're gonna go ahead and move to a different, like this frame like that, and you're gonna say, look, it was a beautiful on 4th of July. It's already, or you can use for your composition, or instead of background of the field, you can put on a green chromish kind of chroma key background, and people can buy it and put it into their composition, Photoshop composition or whatever, or create the video as a video file. You can render in 3ds Max even without any video editor, or you can render as images in TIFF or PNG, and then in your favorite video editor like Adobe Premiere or some other, Sony Vegas, you can combine those images into the final uncompressed video and put it for sale. Look how beautiful it is. It just, and this is so silky right here. And this is under the mental ray even without the tessellation. With tessellation is gonna go so crazy. So just beautiful, guys. So composition is ready. As you can see, the metal pole is right here, and it is metal completely. You can see it just, you can put on top of the eagle, metal eagle, and just redesign, create some more details to the pole and to the scene itself. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit closer, like this, and we're gonna render it. Look beautiful. Just beautiful. So guys, this is my gift to the 4th of July 2024, to any American, to any 3D animator, 3D artist. And now I'm gonna also do a gift for the Ukrainians, because you know, USA and Ukraine, of course. А як же інакше, хлопці? So let me, and I'm going to render Ukrainian flag in 8K UHD for you to download for your projects if you need for your Ukrainian video. In Russian-Ukrainian war, I'm on the side of Ukraine, of course. А як же інакше? Russian bastards, occupiers, attack and kill so many Ukrainians. I am with Ukraine till the end, and cannot be in any other ways, because, come on, I'm from Ukraine, so, and there is nothing wrong that Ukraine done anyways. Diffuse, gonna click on this button and bitmap, and I'm gonna select bitmap, and I'm gonna select the Ukrainian flag. Check it out. Gonna go to all formats. By the way, by the end of this video, another bonus is coming out for you, how to prepare your flag and make it absolutely ideal and photorealistic. Let me select this Ukrainian flag, and let's go ahead and render it now. Ukrainian flag, check it out. You can put any flag, it doesn't matter. See, like embroidery right here on the flag, and flag is itself silky. And by the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So if you're gonna render it in 4K video resolution or do a zoom in, it's gonna look like embroidery. Check it out. Let me render it. First of all, blur, you're gonna remove the blur, put the 0, it's gonna be 0.01, as you already know. Let me go ahead and save that. Let me go ahead and render it. and it's going to be a bonus when I'm going to teach you how to do it. So it looks like somebody did it on a silk, and it's like more professional, more photorealistic to it. See that? It's beautiful. Imagine this as animated video, and camera zoom in, zoom out, just use your fantasy and all kind of different. See, like, it's beautiful, all kind of different. To create even one angle in Photoshop will take you like as minimum, if you're super professional like I am, 10 minutes. But the whole animated video, 120 frame, 1200 frames, will take you like couple days, guys. So much work. But in 3ds Max, if you advanced 3D animator, 3D modeler, 3D artist like I am, it will take you 10 minutes and you're done. And you can put it for sale, make couple bucks. Beautiful, see that? So I'm gonna teach you, it's like embroidery right here around it on the silk. Okay, so this was covered to you. It's beautiful. Hopefully guys you enjoy that. And of course you can kind of rotate like that. You can put some beautiful angle like that, and move this part right here a little bit. You can move it, this box, make sure it's all cool. Something like that. You can rotate it, and you can use the select rotate tool. Check it out like that without any issue. And then you can rotate here, orbit selected in your perspective like that. Create some depth to it, and put the Ukrainian garb on top of that. You can do it as well. I just trying to create this basic scene, but check it out. It's beautiful. This is like a photorealistic image, guys. And this is the basic, right? So let's go ahead and make a flag. Actually, but this is already like a flag, right? Imagine animated video. It's going to even bring another photorealism when it's going to be animated video. But let's go ahead and bring to the flag. Let me save that. The mesh smooth. Check it out. Mesh smooth. Mesh smooth. Come on, where is the mesh smooth? M right here. Okay, and you can see how it's defined now. Let's go ahead and render it like this, but iteration at 5. Oh, crazy. Let's wait, it's applying that. Hopefully it's not gonna crash. 3 million polygons under mental rate 5 iteration. Mesh smooth is crazy. But look how detailed it is. It is beautiful. Rendering, render. 1920 by 1080. Let me show you the stats. Look, it's gonna use all those 8 cores only, because as again I'm allowed to use only 8 cores. Total 16 logical cores processors, but 8 is used because I don't want it to hang up while doing the video recording on the same computer in real time. All the 8 cores at 100%, and the system RAM is 17 gigabytes, so it's above in use 16 gigabytes, so 16 gigabytes is required. Okay, what happened there? Is it rendered? I think it's finished the rendering. Or what happened? So 16 gigabyte is used, guys, 100%. Yeah, it's finished the rendering. Look how beautiful it is, guys. And this is at this angle, but you can pretty much use a different angle and such like that, and it's just beautiful. And also, but the flag is like real, maybe not the fantastic angle. Let's go ahead and switch the iteration to 1, switch the different angle. It's a little bit too heavy, like beautiful angle. If you're putting it for, say, like this angle, like that, this is beautiful. Let's go ahead and render it. Mesh Smooth is working at the same time as like anti-aliasing, comparing to the PC games. Yeah, that's beauty. This is, guys, like a picture right here, photorealistic. And if I wouldn't do a tutorial will be like 2 hours, so don't forget to smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested. And if you can buy me a coffee, go ahead and do it if you learn a lot, because you learn a lot. You can download the 3ds Max application for free for 30 days, guys, and use it. Learn it, then uninstall the Windows, install the new version of Windows, and again 30 days trial and learn it again. Or you can create an image and use it like unlimited time when you don't have money and low budget, or get the student license for 1 or 2 years for free, but you gotta be registered in university or school. That's beautiful. That's ultimate beautiful stuff, guys, right here. And iteration 5, right? And let's go ahead and utilize the mental array, but this is without mental array material utilization. Let me save that. Let's go back to parent. Instead of standard, I'm gonna select, check it out, the vinyl pro material, vinyl, right here. Okay, and plastic, vinyl. Let's select vinyl, polished finish, glossy, like that. And you can also do it like that. Just play with the glossiness. And under the maps, find the diffuse map and adjust the diffuse. Special effect, ambient occlusion. I don't see any diffuse here. That's the problem. So it's already kind of vinyl, but I don't like that thing. So that's why I like the Arcan design, because I can do the diffuse map. And over here I can bring to rubber or leather. Leather is a good one as for the flag on the mental array. And just a little bit readjust it. Click here, and instead of noise, I'm gonna adjust the beat map. Beat map, it means I can bring my stuff. Let's put the American flag, check it out. Put the American flag, and then blurriness, I'm gonna do 0.01, or just put 0 and enter. It's gonna automatically put it for you, 0.01. Go back, and I'm gonna say show it to us, and let's go ahead and render it now. Now with the fully mental array utilization. And now it's going to look just like American flag without any issues. That's just beautiful, guys. There's just so much photorealism into it. It's a little bit dirty on top because it's just reflecting some piece of the image and background. But you can put the light and light it up. So also so did you see that embroidery? Let me show you how to do it as a bonus. So we're done here. Maybe let me try to do that with the iteration at 5, and for the last time, and we're gonna be done. Check it out. And as again, you can put many lights to it to complicate the scene, to light up some pieces with the additional lights. You can do all of this, of course. But okay, it's ready. 3.6 million polygons and 3.6 million vertices. Rendering, render, and this is 1920 by 1080. If you're gonna do the 4K HD, it's gonna take about 3 times longer to render, but only logical courses used, but anyways, logical threads. It's not gonna double speed. It's going to be by about 40% faster if I'm gonna enable 8 more. So this is maxed out. And you can max that out right there under the rendering presets. As you can see, rendering presets, it's running at the medium. You can max that up there too, and it's going to take like one frame. It's going to take about like 20-30 minutes on this system. But for the image stacks, you want to max out. It's beautiful. It's just reflecting the skies a little bit because it has the reflecting capabilities, but it's beautiful, guys. You can put the light in the middle, so it's not gonna do that, but it's beautiful. It's just giving that extra realism, like flag is a little bit dirty and such like that. That's just beautiful, guys. Put the eagle on top, and yeah, this is how I'm gonna do it for the photo stacks, eagle on top. So yeah, so this part, guys, is done. Let me go ahead. You can also disable it by pressing on this icon right here. Disable, enable. Like that. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna delete it completely, mesh smooth, and only if when I'm rendering mesh smooth. But under the mesh smooth, you can say only when you're rendering enable mesh smooth, but otherwise it's not. There is also an option for that, which is nice. They did a good job. So if I would be starting in 3D as 3D artist, 3D animator, which this field will be pretty soon dead because the artificial intelligence will replace it, but it's a good thing to have as a hobby. It's you know, you feel as an artist, you're progressing, you pretty much creating an art. I would start with the Blender though, because Blender is free. 3ds Max application so expensive. That's why I'm using 2010, because I purchased the license a little bit over $100 back in 2012. But if you want to buy for 3 years 3ds Max 2024 license, it's gonna cost you $5,000 for 3 years, so it's expensive. A better start, and Cinema 4D is about the same price. The Autodesk Maya, a little bit more advanced than 3ds Max by a hair, but it's even more than that. Cinema 4D is equal to 3ds Max pricing, licensing, but Blender is completely free, guys, and I highly recommend the Blender for you. But 3D Max is a little bit easier though, keep that in mind, but it's much more money. And Hollywood Studios used to use a lot 3ds Max and Autodesk Maya and Cinema 4D, but right now I believe a lot of artists even in Hollywood using the Blender, because Blender is open source. A lot of artists and programmers creating plugins for it as well for free and sharing with the people, and there is a huge community there, and it's completely free. It's open source. You can render in CPU and GPU, and GPU it's even faster to render, because I have a friend that having the 3D rendering firm commercial, and I remember we tested the RTX 4090 video card versus the latest 128 core AMD CPU. AMD CPU was like $5,000, a little bit over $5,000, while the the NVIDIA RTX 4090 video card was like $2,000 with the taxes. So RTX 4090 was beating AMD latest 128 core CPU in 2023 by 3.5 times easy. Can you believe it? So better render on the GPU, but as again, if you're on low budget, then low budget CPU, or get yourself low budget Xeons. And over UHDking.com you're gonna learn a lot how to build computers, desktops, workstations, artificial intelligence systems. I'm going to share with you, so this is another reason why I'm inviting you to subscribe and smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested. Share it with your friends. UHDking and Artistic Bytes YouTube channels are very important, very unique, and you don't want to miss it. It's a good thing to good idea to subscribe and support me, guys. Anyways, this is done. Okay, Let me go into the, as you can see, I'm running my desktop in 1920 by 1080, so you can see the if you're watching it on a small screen, the user interface, because user interface in 3ds Max under 4K video resolution is just as small, it's not scaling well. For me on the big screen, 85 inches, it's fine, but for you, if you're watching it on even on 27 inches in 4K UHD, you may be saying, oh, it's a little bit too small for me. Anyways, this is an extra bonus how to create the texture of the photorealistic flag. So I found the Ukrainian flag, right? Let's take the Ukrainian or American, okay? And let me start with Ukrainian. Remember that embroidering, as I told you, embroidering. So here we go, and then it becomes like this. The rest flag is smooth, but this logo, Ukrainian herb, is nice. And how to achieve that? So I cut it out, the herb, like that. Cut it out completely. It was nice and smooth like that. I cut it out, and then I went into the filter. I created the layer just with the herb, went into the filter gallery, and there is a raw pastels embroidering kind of effect. See that? And 3ds Max is just beautiful, so it's gonna give it to those people a little bit extra, but of course you want to cut it out, so you don't want to do the whole flag. The whole flag is kind of silky. Alright guys, just a herb. And with the American flag, the same deal. It was silky smooth, and then I put the stars and make them nice. Check it out. Under that effect, see that? It's like embroidering right there, embroidered by hands, by people. Nice. This is an additional bonus, and I told you how to accomplish that. I probably should do more. I'm gonna do more on the stars. Double filter gallery right here. And it's going to be like somebody was doing by hands. Okay? Alright guys, that's pretty much it. My name is UHDking, and today you learned how to create a photorealistic animated flag. And let me show you one more piece for those beginners, because advanced 3D artist probably knows. Render setup. So you can change the values to 3840 by 2160, whatever, right? Any resolution, 8K, 16K, 32K, 3ds Max application by Autodesk will do that. But let's say if you want to create a video, no problem. This is single image. If you want to create a video, you're gonna go to active segments, all the segments from 0 to 1200, and render output. You want to click here. You can send to net renderer. So this, if you're gonna have on the network some Xeons, couple Xeons to render it faster, you can do it as well. But over here, go to files, and under the files, you're gonna click file, save as AVI, select the codec, and and render as AVI, okay, instead of single file, or just JPEG or AVI if you're gonna go single, or even the active segments you can render as PNG, JPG, TAG, TIFF, pretty much that's it. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I definitely did. I shared a lot of value. As again, don't forget to smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy was invested, and this video is going to be almost 3 hours, but so much information shared with you, and hopefully you're going to accomplish your flag exactly as advanced professional 3D artist. And yeah, if you can buy me a coffee, go ahead and say thanks, couple dollars, I will really appreciate, or as minimum smash that like button, share it with your friends, and positive comments. Check out my additional tutorials on 3D modeling, 3ds Max, Blender, Cinema 4D, 3D animation, 3D texturing. I'm also going to have a programming software development tutorial, web development tutorial, game development tutorials over official UHDking YouTube channel, UHDking.com, or artisticbytes.com, my future game development company. And yeah, subscribe. I highly recommend for you. You're gonna learn a lot. My idea and goal to share the knowledge, value with you, and to make world better, as well as to make the world better, and as well as learn as well, and share it. So bring the value to surrounding and to myself. My name is UHDking, aka I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K. I'm a boss over the artistic Bytes. Have a good morning, good day, good afternoon. Check out the video description, video comments for the related videos regarding this topic. Till the next time.